temptations will come. That guy will text you. Whew. We're back again. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is hellonanaotu. If you're new here, welcome. I hope you are here to stay. So let's get into the video. Let's be real. We are all trying to be better versions of ourselves. Even if you don't know where to start, you are trying to figure out how you can move forward in life. We all are. But I think that because we live in a society that constantly promotes self, we can have the wrong motives when it comes to reinventing ourselves, trying to do new things to show up as our best selves. I think we do live in an era where we do see that people are trying to elevate and do new things. I even made a video. My previous video is talking about me trying to elevate and trying to do new things. So let's talk about the definition of what reinvent means. Reinvent means to change something so much that it appears to be entirely new. To be new is a gift of life. I think it becomes problematic when we only understand it from a perspective of promoting self to the point where we can make idols out of ourselves. There's nothing wrong with self-care. There's nothing wrong with doing the nice things for yourself. I think that life already is hard enough, and so treating yourself isn't a bad thing. In anything that we do, there needs to be a balance. We can't always swing to the other side of the pendulum. I feel like when we do that, it can lead to a lot of extremes. We are constantly trying to change ourselves. I think that to evolve and to grow is a beautiful aspect that life offers us. But what does that even look like practically? I want to give practical tips that'll help you set yourself up for a better you in 2024. We're not only trying to receive the blessings, yes, Lord, bless us. We also want to do things to the point where we're not comparing, we're not giving into self-doubt, all these little things to hinder us. The first thing that I feel like has been a game changer in my life is literally making prayer a priority. Setting intentional time, just feel like that really sets me up for success, because when I have a verse that I can meditate on throughout the day, I'm like, nobody can get in my way. So I want to challenge you. Let prayer be a priority in your life. Let prayer be the first thing that you do before you do anything else. Every time I feel anxious or concerned about the cares of the world or the cares of life, and I pray, I always feel filled back up. If you have all of these goals and all of these things that you want God to do, but you're not praying, and God is the one that's going to be able to guide you on your next steps. And if you're not putting Him first, how are you going to be able to know what to do and how to move forward when it comes to like all the things that you're trying to set your hands to? The next thing I would say that is going to help us reinvent ourselves this year, period, is understanding the cycles that are holding you back. Because there's a lot of cycles that are actually happening in our lives that we realize, like, every time I try to move forward, this guy comes back into my life. This friend texts me. Every time I try to move forward, I get into a place where I'm so fearful of even doing anything. Those are the things that you have to recognize that are holding you back from actually being a new version of yourself. Those temptations will come. That guy will text you. Every time God is trying to do something in your life, you are going to get tested. Because does Satan want you winning? No. He wants to keep you in the same place. He wants you to fall back into those old desires. He wants you to text that guy back and go out with him, even though you know he's toxic. And the last 4 times you went out with him, it pissed you off. He wants you to stay in the same place. You have to recognize the cycles that are holding you back. For me, it was self-sabotage. It didn't help me, but keep me in the same place. And a lot of us, there are so many things in our life that are holding us back. The game hasn't changed. The enemy hasn't changed his hand. It's up to you to make the choice that you're not going to let these things hold you back. So I would even challenge you to go, maybe tonight, tomorrow, whenever you watch this video, to have a journal and write down all the things that you feel like every time we try to move forward, the enemy or even yourself, you recognize there are patterns that are holding you back, because they're there. The patterns are there. You just have to identify them. And then when you identify them, you have to find practical ways to combat that. So I would give you an example. For me, I recognize that every time I would do something and I would start to self-sabotage or negative self-talk, instead of complaining or negative self-talking myself to literally the ground, I would start worshiping. I would be like, God, I thank you. God, I praise you. God, I don't see all the things that I want to see in my life right now, but I'm just gonna praise you. I started to speak life over me. I started to speak worship because I really felt like it really started to change my mindset. Every time I did that, I was like, okay, I feel better now. You know what? Let's keep it moving forward. And so you have to recognize the cycles and the patterns that are holding you back from moving forward and becoming a better version of yourself. So the next thing I want to say is creating a life that you love, even if you are not where you want to be. You gotta love the life you live because you only have one life to live. Cliche as it sounds, and so you gotta create a life that you love even while you're not where you want to be. I really believe it's celebrating your small wins. I seen a post on Instagram, I think about a couple weeks ago. They created a list of all the little things that they have seen successes in. And to be honest, you would be surprised how much you've accomplished in the year with just celebrating your small wins. Like, it doesn't have to be something that is so obvious, like 100K this year. Like, I think, yes, those are like beautiful wins, but it could just even be like, I woke up early this year. I went to the gym 3 times a week. Just adding to yourself, adding instead of taking away. Because a lot of times we will take away, we will downplay, we will diminish the blessings. And sometimes we will diminish our small wins because they're not these big successes. It's so important that in order for us to see the best versions of ourselves is to love the life that we're living right now. There is so much power in even the small things, you know? And so, yeah, celebrate your small wins, girl. You a baddie. Like, don't let something hold you back. Literally open up your phone's notes and start writing down the small wins. Like for me, I'm gonna share one of them because period, I'm still in the process. I'm still going through it. I haven't seen all the things I want to see in my life happen, but why not? One of the small wins that I'm so proud of is starting a business and sticking to it. Because there's so many times I just want to quit. But I am proud of that. I'm proud of that. And I'm not going to let anyone downplay it. I'm so proud of myself for starting something and not giving up on it. The next thing I feel like will help you reinvent yourself is finding out what your purpose is. Finding out your purpose, what do you think you're called to do, and how you can make an impact in this world. Like how you can add value to this world. I think this one is more of a deep work thing where you really have to go to God and really seek out what He has called you to do. If you are stuck, I really believe like just identifying the things that you are good at can be a good start. I think sometimes we make purpose so much more complicated than it's supposed to be. It could just be something so obvious, like you love doing hair and you love making people feel good about themselves. You love teaching. And so identify your purpose in life and then see how you can make an impact. And I think that even in you doing that, it will help eliminate the comparison. It will help eliminate looking at other people's lives and wanting to live their life. You can just identify your why and why you're doing something. It will just keep you going, because every time you feel discouraged, every time you doubt, you can just go back to the why. And maybe you're just called in this season to cultivate motherhood, and that is your impact. That is what you're called in this season. Because I do believe that sometimes even the call and the impact that we're supposed to make in our life can be seasonal, right? It can be a seasonal thing. It doesn't have to be this overarching big thing. Yes, sometimes that is true, but sometimes our impact can even be a seasonal thing. So recognizing that, I really believe, is a step that will help you elevate and reinvent yourself to be a better version of yourself. That kind of leads me into my next point, which is being a producer and not a consumer. Dancing to the beat of your own drum. That doesn't mean go out and rebel and burn down buildings, because I know people be taking dancing to the beat of your own drum to the extreme. We're not doing that. What I mean by dancing to the beat of your own drum is finding your zhuzh. Finding the thing that is you. Like, I'm in a place right now where I'm trying to find my personal style. I'm trying to find the things that I like, the things that I don't like what do I like wearing. And that's just my own personal thing. But then I'm also in a place where I'm trying to figure out, how do I show up on camera so that people can actually relate to me? How do I show my personality? What is unique to me that is going to encourage and inspire others? So what is unique to me that makes me stand out. And I think that when you figure that out, you can dance to the beat of your own drum, because then you can be confident in who you are. You know, a lot of us are trying to show up as other versions of people. We see somebody and we're like, oh, I want to do it the way they do it. It's like, you can't do it the way they do it, because there's only one you and there's only one them. So do it the way that is true to you. One of the theories that I love, that I think is the coolest thing, and I think it even shows the power of uniqueness and individuality, is that identical twins don't even have the same fingerprints. That is crazy to me. I think that is just the beauty of uniqueness and how God has woven life and individuals together, that we actually are all so unique in our own way. And I don't even want to hear that there's nothing unique about you, because that's a lie. You are unique. You don't look like somebody else. Your voice is different. Just everything about you is different. And I think that that's why we need to, before we even say we're going to step in forward of progressing and doing all of these things, we got to know who we are. We got to love who we are. We got to believe that who we are is good enough. It doesn't have to be like anybody else but you. Baby, you are the prize. You are the prize. Walk in that, be confident in that, you know, and start to identify the things that make you who you are. So I'm gonna sound like a broken record right now, but I really feel like this is so real and this is actually so helpful. You need to be consistent if you want to see changes in your life. You need to develop discipline. And I used to be the person that would say, I hate schedules. I just like to go with the flow, which I still do. Like, I cater my schedule very much to what works for me. But I remember there was a time in life where I just refused to go with any structure. And it was chaos. Especially when I became a parent, that is what really, really helped me, was structure, creating a routine. I realized that my kids thrive on routine. I'm able to record this video because my kids are sleeping right now. Consistency and discipline actually produces results. If there's anything that you're going to do differently this year, be consistent. But whatever it is, develop habits that will help you be more disciplined. Be focused this year. I probably could make a part 2 of this because there's so much I want to share. I want to leave you guys with a verse today that I think will help you while you are trying to navigate, trying to be a better version of yourself. Proverbs 3 verse 5 to 6, it says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him and he will make your path straight. As always, don't forget to shine your light while honoring the process. So that's it for the video today. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you have not subscribed, click that notification bell so that you don't miss any of my videos. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.